Have you ever woke up thinking you could make the greatest game of all time, but that is loved by millions and makes you famous and rich? Well, I have, because I'm a weird guy. I mean, I make videos about making games, what are you expecting? But the question remains, can I make a game loved by millions? No, but maybe I can make a game loved by my friends. If I somehow make friends. So I'm gonna try to do that. Not making friends, making a game. I'm sure I have more chance of making a successful game than talking to another human being. Remember that game I talked about in my last video? What do you mean I haven't watched it? Well, I'm remaking that game so it can be the best game ever made. And hopefully I can also make a ton of money. Okay, a little recap for those who haven't watched the last video. This game right here is called Dungeons of Evergreen. It's a game with multiple playable characters where you explore a dungeon, defeat enemies, and get valuable resources that will help you upgrade your character's health and stats, as well as unlocking more abilities and characters. Each character has 3 base abilities to help them deal with the enemies, and all the abilities are unique to different characters. Oh, sorry, I fell asleep with that boring explanation. Who cares about any of that? Let's just get to the game. This game started as any other, in the beginning. In order to remake the original game, I need to have characters with unique abilities, so let me just... Boom! Character. You might be thinking, that's just a capsule, because it is, but trust me, it's very much playable. Well, that's not supposed to happen. Maybe if I just... Okay, now I have an actual playable game. Wait, that's a lot of progress so fast. Why did that happen? Let me just explain what I've done so far. I remade the 3 characters of the original game with even better attacks. I mean, just look at this. Brilliant, I know. For the movement, I actually use Unity's character controller, which is, oh my god, so much easier than coding everything by hand. Why did I even do that for the first time? Am I an idiot? I also made the enemies that follow the player, and this time they actually go around walls. Thank you, NavMesh. If you're slightly good in game development, you're probably thinking, that's all very easy. And you'd be correct, but don't forget this. I made 3 types of enemies. We got the melee enemy, which just deals damage when it gets close. The small melee enemy, which is exactly the same as the melee enemy but smaller and faster and deals less damage. And the ranged enemy, which attacks from afar. This is already improvement because the original game doesn't have a ranged enemy. And I made it so it shows how much damage you dealt and how many enemies you defeated, so you can see how bad you are at the game. Or good, like me. And some text to show how much of your secondary and ultra skill are charged. You charge secondary skill by hitting enemies and the ultra skill by killing enemies, so if you suck at the game, you won't get to use them often. Okay, we got characters, abilities, and enemies. But what's the point of the game? Killing the enemies? Sure, that can be one of the game modes. What, you thought killing enemies was the only thing in the game? No, time to make some game modes. One game mode is already done. The sole goal is to defeat enemies and the game ends when you die. I made a cool map and made the enemies spawn every few seconds. More of them spawn over time and stronger, so eventually you just can't deal all of them and you will die. Oh, look at them. United by murder. And I added a healing cube to help the player stay alive a bit longer. My idea for a second game mode is some sort of box that you have to destroy, but the enemies will try to kill you. Once again, I designed a map, put up a big black box, and made it so the game ends when you destroy the box or you die. To increase difficulty over time, I made it so the lower the health of the box, the more enemies spawn. And that's the second game mode done. For the third and last game mode for now, I was thinking of having different areas that you would have to stay in order to control them. And once that area was fully controlled, you could move on to the next one. And once again, the game would end when all areas were fully controlled or you died. So, map? Beautiful. I made a map with 4 areas. When you're standing on them, the circle gets bigger. Once it gets full, it means the area is fully controlled. If you leave the area, the circle gets smaller, unless it's already full. So, goal of the game mode? Control all areas without dying. Oh, that's cool, but what happens when the game ends? I steal the credit card information. No, I'm just kidding, you just get points. I made a small character in game mode select menu and made it so you can spend points on upgrading your character's level. As you would expect, higher levels make characters stronger. And stronger characters make the game modes easier to gain more points, to make the character stronger, to gain more points, to make the character stronger, to gain more points, to make the character stronger, to gain more points, to make the character stronger, to gain more You know what this is called? A game loop. To make the game even more interesting, I decided to add a way to increase the points you get, and it's called Bounty. And if we ignore the fact that the name is absolute crap, here's how it works. You can change this before selecting the game mode, and what it does is multiply the points you get, but the enemies get stronger as well. If the bounty is set to 2, for example, you get twice the rewards, but the enemy's base level is 2, which makes it harder. And this goes up to 50, so 50 times the rewards. Yeah, that's a lot of points. And the enemies get pretty strong. Well, I could probably still beat them. I mean, look at this guy. Sure, he has a lot of health, but does he even deal that much damage? Oh no! Oh. As I was testing the game, I noticed something. Look here. Did you see it? This game is ugly. There's no environment, no nothing. And I don't need this game to be ugly. I'm ugly enough as it is. People would pay to not play this game. Wait, that doesn't sound so bad. But I mean, has any game with bad graphics become popular? So I opened Blender and started modeling, and after a while I realized, what the hell am I doing? I decided to watch some videos of other games to still get some inspiration. I was thinking of making the environment rather rustic, with stone walls and wood and, I don't know, maybe flowers. I think that would look nice. So back to Blender we go, and look at all the stuff I've modeled. Player spawn, enemy spawn, a singular rock that I reused way too much, a wall, a fence, they look like pencils and aren't even in the game. I don't know why I'm showing them. A heal potion, toad, no wait, that's just a mushroom. And with all of that combined, we get this.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Okay, jokes aside, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's almost Game of the Year material, right? And if you didn't notice, I also improved the UI of the game by adding an health bar, which is the exact same as the original one, and a circular progress bar, something I really liked and I couldn't have done without a tutorial, so thank you, Code Cyber. And I suppose that's everything I have done for the first devlog. I'm enjoying the path this game is taking, and I'm thinking the next step is to make the character models and the enemies. But definitely let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, it would mean a lot if you dropped a like and subscribed. And this is the last video of 2024, so I'll see you next year. I hope to post more and better videos in 2025, and make a lot of progress on this game. My name is Nero, and thank you for joining me today. See ya!